Hi there, welcome back. Dr. Mel here with our 12 Stages of Healing SRI series. If you haven't already, make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get all the updates on the videos that we post, not only about this series, but other health and healing tips. And if you have any questions at all when it comes to SRI, network care, or just health in general, make sure you leave a comment below. I want to hear from you. So in this stage of SRI, we are still in the season of awaken. And in stage 9, we're focusing on the light behind the form. So in stage 8, we really connected to that emptiness, that void that we experience when we have a big discharge. From stage 7, there's this emptiness, which can feel weird and connected all at the same time. So from stage 8 to stage 9, we've really created the stage and the platform to fill that emptiness. In stage 9, we choose to fill that emptiness or that empty feeling with joy, with love, with light, and with gratitude. There can be this sense of wave-like energy or that life force that we realize is within us and all living things. We experience the joy of that vital life energy and force that animates the living world. And we realize that it's within all of us. Sometimes that energy can feel like that rush of energy if you're an athlete, those endorphins moving through your system, that runner's high as we call it. That's what that energy can feel like, just immense gratitude of love and light moving through your system. And it can feel like a lot sometimes. Those of us who have maybe experienced trauma in the past will oftentimes, if we haven't done our own work and our own healing work, we'll oftentimes look for external factors to get this sense of high. And that can look like drugs, psychedelics, alcohol, and things like that. And not that that's right or wrong, but oftentimes those strategies are not sustainable for deeper healing and expansion. Now, there's something really specific and important I want to share with you when it comes to people who have experienced trauma and this stage, because this energy that moves through us, pure love and gratitude and light, unless our nervous system is stable, it can feel like a lot. And we can easily drop down into lower stages, which also gives us an opportunity to practice those lower stages to then really fully experience the gifts of stage 9. So I'm going to read this excerpt from Donald Epstein himself to really share with you the importance of doing your lower stage work to really have a full experience of stage 9 and get the gifts and gratitude from it. So here we go. So Donnie shares that some people have a sudden experience of energy and flow in this stage, such as that which is produced by psychoactive drugs, a meditative experience, or the Kundalini energy, which is big within Kundalini yoga, the rising energy from the sacrum through the spine, through the top of the head. It can feel like a wave. There can be this energy that's produced like a Kundalini event induced by methods of breathing or yoga postures or other practices. So when this occurs in an individual who has not been grounded in a secure sense of self, of who you really are, the experience can involve further physical, emotional, or psychological trauma. Now, this is, those of you who have taken classes with me and done personal work with me, this is what I call the escape to awaken, where we're escaping to that high energy without doing the lower work and dealing with our suffering and pain and trauma and being with it. So this can happen for a person who is not grounded in a sense of self, and this experience can involve, again, further physical, emotional, or psychological trauma. So that's where we see the crash and burn from a high. This would cause the person to move back into earlier stages of healing, especially 1 and 2. If you remember stage 1, we're in the suffering, we're with our pain, and stage 2 is we put blame, we project outward. And we're looking for that quick fix, that magic genie to save us from our suffering. By moving through the subsequent stages of healing once again, the individual can later reclaim the stage 9 experience in all its glory. So again, to rephrase that, it's not bad if you drop down. It gives you an opportunity to cycle back through, because this is not a linear process. It is common for individuals who have a history of marked trauma, such as physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, to feel uncomfortable when the energy moves through them. Unless the nerve system has been and become free enough of interference and mechanical tension to progress through the earlier stages of healing, then the experience of spiritual flow or flow of life force can often activate responses characteristic of stage 1, 2, and 5. So again, I reiterate this because in stage 9, it's important to make sure that your body is sound and flexible. And I've been reiterating this all along. We need to have a flexible, adaptable nerve system to really experience the universal flow of energy moving through us, not from an egotistical standpoint, but from a humble standpoint, to be able to experience that and then share those gifts with other people, because that's what the season of Awaken is all about. So in stage 9, you're going to be on your back with your knees bent. We're going to be breathing in through the mouth and out through the nose. And you're going to be connecting with that expansive light form, which, by the way, in this stage of consciousness, we realize the light has been there all along. Even in stage 1 through stage 8, it's been there in your suffering. But in this stage, we really experience it and we see it because we've uncovered those layers. So we're going to be breathing into this ball of light energy, imagining that your fingertips are reaching out into the cosmos, to the stars. I like to imagine each of my fingertips connected to strings to each of the stars, where we get to breathe that in, breathe it in through our mouth and our heart, and then on the exhale, through the nose, we get to receive that energy. So it's very peaceful, it's very easy, it's very expansive. Let's begin. So you're making sure you're on a comfortable surface, making sure that we're not in that hyperextensive pose, but our neck is nice and open. Now in this breathing, just like stage 8, as we breathe in through the mouth, we're going to have some slight extension in our upper neck, but we don't want to close off, again, that upper neck, that upper cervical spine, the brainstem, because that's where the breathing centers and a lot of other really important areas sit, okay? So as we inhale, we're going to almost like slightly lifting with our heart, lifting with our throat, not here, but just a slight, like you're imagining this big ball of light that you're hugging, fingertips expansive. So breathing into that through the mouth and exhale through the nose. So I like to imagine on the exhale that light is starting to come into my heart. That big ball of light and energy in the cosmos, that it's coming into me and I get to receive that warmth and that gratitude and that love. Breathing in the light and love and the gratitude in the world around you. And then allowing it to integrate into your body. So like stage 8, stage 9 is very peaceful. And be here as long as it feels good. Sitting in that joy, in that gratitude, that expansiveness. As we inhale and breathe in, that's the expansion part, breathing into that light and love all around us. And exhale, receiving that into our own physiology. And expressing just joy and gratitude for that. So, I invite you to really be in this stage and just feel it. And remember, if it feels like too much, if you feel like there's areas that feel unstable, go back to the season of Discover. There's nothing wrong with the season of Discover. It's important to lay that foundation strong so that we can fully experience the season of Awaken. So I'll see you in the next video.